What a great day to have Tyler Dunne for Sports Extra. We are here at Lambeau Field. Let's start talking about the running game. James Starks, Coach McCarthy says he's going to be out for multiple weeks now.
Yeah, it's looking like you're going to see a lot of Eddie Lacy and a lot of Jonathan Franklin this week against the Lions and moving forward. We don't know exactly how long James Starks is going to be out, but that knee injury he's dealing with, it's going to be multiple weeks. At least that's what Mike McCarthy indicated today. So serious enough to keep James Starks out. Again, it's been one thing after another for him. I don't know if it's awful luck, if he's injury prone or what, but back in April, this is why they took Eddie Lacy in the second round, Jonathan Franklin in the fourth round. This situation, both backs are going to play a role in this offense.
Hey, and we know, we saw what Jonathan Franklin can do. How important it is for these two rookies to step up this Sunday?
It's incredibly important. I mean, the Lions, if there's a soft spot in this team, is run defense. They've given up some big gains from running backs, and I think Eddie Lacy, really looking forward to seeing what he can do in this game. He looked okay toward the end of that game in the opener against San Francisco when he finally got the nerves out, got his feet under him a little bit in the second half. So let's see what a 230, 240-pound back can do against a defensive line that can get after the quarterback. Not so good against the running game.
Packer fans got to be inspired when they saw Jonathan Franklin. Not a good training camp. Some people thought he shouldn't have been on the team. Hey, he really showed he belonged in his last game out.
I guess the lesson is, don't judge a running back or any player that's playing with backups and against backups. You're right, Jonathan Franklin did not look great in the preseason. Didn't look a heck of a lot better in training camp at practice day in and day out either. But you put him behind some starters. Maybe he's just a gamer. I don't know what it is. Maybe he just performs better in a game situation. But the cuts, the patience, everything was there at Cincinnati, and that's what they need out of the running game. For whatever reason, whether it's been injuries, new faces constantly coming in, the line and the running back just haven't really been in sync the last few years. They had that in Franklin, had a little bit of that in Lacy and Starks. Now they just need guys to stay healthy.
Flipping the side of the ball, Morgan Burnett, he hasn't played a regular season game yet. How important is it to get him back in the mix this Sunday against the Lions?
Yeah, it's huge. Next to Aaron Rodgers and Clay Matthews, he might be the most important player on this team. He makes all the calls in the secondary, makes mistakes just kind of disappear. And when they gave him that contract extension this offseason, you really have to think about it. How many guys are going into contract year this year? You're talking about Jermichael Finley, B.J. Raji, Sam Shields, Evan Dietrich Smith, James Jones is coming up. They identified Morgan Burnett as that guy, and they needed to take care of right away. So what do they need to see out of him now? He's got to take that next step. He's got to start, getting those interceptions, those big plays to go along with being in the right place at the right time. Talking to him earlier this season, he said that he left 5 or 6 interceptions on the field last year. One of them against Detroit. Right. At Detroit, the ball goes through his hands. Calvin Johnson catches the touchdown. Now he needs to start making those plays.
You think he's going to pick up some more of that speed now that his dreadlocks are gone?
Right, yeah. He told us in the locker room, first time since his sophomore year of high school that he doesn't have dreads. His fiance, his father, is a barber, so he took care of it over the bye week. New look for him. We'll see if he can stay healthy now.
Just $1 million question. Clay Matthews did not practice on Wednesday. Oh, he did practice on a limited basis. What's the status, and do you think he's going to go on Sunday?
Well, they're going to be cautious with this. He missed 4 games last year with a hamstring injury. It's something he's dealt with as a pro since 2009, and it's definitely got to be a concern for Green Bay. They're going to be very, very careful with this, even if Clay Matthews says he's okay, because look around him. Where's the pass rush coming from? I think Mike Neal's doing some good things, but he's still kind of making that conversion, as Mike McCarthy talked about today, kind of that elephant position. He's down in a stance. He's standing up in a 2-point stance. He does a little bit of everything. But Nick Perry maybe hasn't really progressed as
what's taking Nick? What's going on with Nick Perry?
Well, last year he had the injury that shelved him for the season, so he's kind of restarting into this training camp. And coaches said they saw a different demeanor. They saw more hunger in him this year. For whatever reason, it hasn't transferred to numbers on the field. He had a big batted ball here against Washington. Other than that, not a lot of big plays. Between Neal and Perry, 0 sacks. They have to get pressure at the quarterback. If they were to miss Matthews, which history tells you at some point this hamstring might keep him out, they have to get a pass rush somewhere.
Yeah, first-round draft picks got to give more than just a batted pass, I'll tell you that. Going into this game, who do you like and why between the Lions and the Packers here?
Boy, I tell you what, 22 straight that they've lost in the state of Wisconsin, 21 at Lambeau Field. History tells you they're going to come here and they're going to get pounded. But this is a different Detroit Lions team. They have the quarterback, they have the running back and Reggie Bush that takes pressure off Stafford. And so many times the dominance of Stafford that Green Bay's had has been turnovers, him having to shoulder too much of a burden. He's not just throwing to Calvin Johnson anymore. He's got Bush to hand the ball off to and to throw to. Pettigrew's a good tight end. So I think that the Lions can come in here and make it a game. But I'm going to pick the Packers. Coming out of the bye, Mike McCarthy, he usually makes the adjustments he has to make, and this team's getting a lot healthier.
He's Tyler Dunne. I'm Rod Burks, bringing it strong for Sports Extra. We're out.